Hey guys, Paul here. So today we have another Yu-Gi-Oh dilemma to talk about. Now don't worry, this one's fairly soft core in nature, but what I wanted to talk about is products like this, the Legendary Dex 2, or products like this, the 25th Anniversary Edition Legendary Collection, or even products like this, Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon 25th Anniversary Edition. There it is, yeah. Okay, so what is it exactly about these products that I want to talk about? Well, I'm not going to say that these are the worst products in the world or they're killing Yu-Gi-Oh or anything like that, but I think that these products could stand to use some serious improvement because I'm not really very satisfied with the way in which they exist, or at least I think that they could be better. So, what do all of them have in common? They are old school products, they are re-released, and they are largely nostalgia pandering. And not to say that nostalgia pandering is a bad thing. That's not exactly what I'm insinuating. In fact, I think that that can really be a key selling point, but rather that these are products that are completely unchanged from their initial iterations. And that comes with some good and some bad. So, if you get this Legendary Collection 25th Anniversary, this was released last year for the 25th anniversary of Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is still going on, by the way, and I don't actually know when exactly that ends. Like, how long are we going to be celebrating the 25th? Forever, I don't know. But yeah, it's cool. What's it come with? It comes with a LOB pack, Metal Raiders, Spell Ruler, Pharaoh Servant, Dark Crisis, Invasion of Chaos, some God cards, Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Dark Magician, and one of them as a quarter century secret rare. This is 30 bucks, I believe. So it's okay. I mean, it's exactly about what you'd expect for getting like 6 packs at MSRP and a couple of promos. The thing is, though, these packs, while they can certainly be great for a trip down memory lane and it can make for a great gift, when you open them, you pretty quickly realize they're not great. Like LOB especially, but all of those early packs really have a bunch of vanilla monsters, right? And like equip spells that give your monster 300 attack, and like field spells that give them 200 attack, and useless fusions that have like 1200 attack, and basically cards that are not actually usable or playable. Now, that isn't to say there isn't some application for this stuff. Like, for instance, if you open packs of Spell Ruler, especially, you can get a lot of really cool, ultra rare cards that are really commonly used in GOAT format. So if you want to kind of rarity upgrade your GOAT format decks, then some of these packs can be really useful for that. But I think in general, you'll find that these old school products just do not hold up today. Now, we'll get into how we can improve them in a second, but then I want to talk kind of about products like this, where around the same time that they released this, they also re-released all of the old packs that come in it outside of Dark Crisis. Probably for good reason. That's a really not great set. But there's LOB pack that your local card shop can just stock and sell to you. You can just buy an LOB pack today for $4.49. And you can open it and probably get a bunch of vanillas and a rare Hane maybe, and that's gonna sort of be it. And I think that to sell these at MSRP, like just as if they're a normal pack today, like a pack of Age of Overlord or Legacy Destruction or whatever, is that's a bit rough. I don't think that I think that maybe they could have made these a little bit cheaper, given that they aren't great cards. But the main problem that I have with this stuff is that it sort of misrepresents what Yu-Gi-Oh is today. It's not exactly a modern product by any means, and it's fine again if you want that trip down memory lane. I'm not saying you can't have that, but I'm saying that it's misrepresenting Yu-Gi-Oh in the sense that like if someone it's meant to kind of pull your eye, right? Oh my god, Yugi, I remember that from like elementary school, middle school, whatever, like back when I started playing, and you buy it and you're like, oh, I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh again. But then you pretty quickly get stomped by the realization that none of these cards hold up today, and you can't even play anything that you pull in this stuff. Like maybe the Raigeki that you get, I don't know, that might be legal, but I mean, otherwise you're not going to be using these cards. And so as a result, I think that it's sort of a weird half entryway product that sort of leaves you high and dry once you realize none of the cards in it are great. So we hit the middle ground then with a product like this. This is Legendary Dex 2. This originally released in 2016 or 17. And so basically, you actually get 3 completed decks here: a Yugi deck, a Kaiba deck, a Joey deck. And for the time, they were all right. They did contain some of the newer support for like, Red Eyes and Blue Eyes and stuff like that. You got, what was it? Like Red Eyes Fusion, Redstone of Legend, you got Dragon Spirit of White, and those sorts of cards in these products. And it even gave some new like Exodia support. So cool, great. Konami has recently thrown this back on store shelves for you to buy for 30 bucks or 31.99, I think now, or something like that. And it's all right. I think that this can be a lot of casual fun. We've actually made videos on the channel using these decks. It got very fun and chaotic. You can watch the vids if you want, but these are not ready-made decks that can actually play at the local level at all. And this becomes more, I think, striking of an issue when you consider that in the OCG, they've actually been trying to address this problem in a number of ways. First, I'd like to point out the Asian English. This is not OCG, but this is for like territories like Singapore and Malaysia and stuff like that, China. These Asian English decks, the Dark Magician and Blue Eyes deck, were actually pretty cool. We made videos on these as well, and these are more kind of modernized and updated Dark Magician and Blue Eyes decks that you could theoretically maybe buy a couple of copies of these and play a somewhat modernized version of these decks, right? Like it can work, it's serviceable. And they're not bad. I mean, they're the cost of a structure deck. But something that's even more relevant actually is that in the OCG, they recently made these products called Tactical Tries or Tactical Tryout decks. They're going to be releasing here in another month or so. And it's a Cyber Dragon, Evil Twins, and Eldritch deck that are actually built very competitively out the box with a single copy giving you cards like Maxi and Ash Blossom, cards like Forbidden Droplets and Dark Ruler No More, evenly matched, Imperms, and like they're built with multiple copies of the cards you would run multiples of. Like the Cyber Dragon deck has like double Galaxy Soldier, it's got triple Cyber Dragon Core, it's got an extra deck, even some non-Cyber Dragon monsters like an Almirage and stuff that you might need. Therian King Regulus is in there. Look it up if you're interested in it. But basically, they are trying to do a better job of making products that can pander to the old school player while also being like, hey, if you build this and play this, you at least have a chance of winning. So, what am I saying really? I'm not saying that, a like $10 structure deck should be like winning you a YCS. I'm sure that would be the ideal world of everything, but that's not really the case. However, what I am saying is that I think we have moved past the age of A, structure decks just being not good. Like if the OCG is finally trying to actually give you a serviceable structure deck in one box for like, $10 or whatever, then we might as well adopt that in the TCG and just start doing the same thing. I think that we are just past the point of weird starter decks that can't be played. And also, if you're going to re-release these sort of nostalgia pandering products, I think that it actually would be cooler to update them. Like, why not make, Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon Advanced or in some sort of subtitle like that, where they actually take this set and modernize it, and you can have retrains of anything that's gotten a retrain from LOB since its release, whether that's like in the form of the Metaphys versions of cards from these old sets, or like the Memento cards, or whatever, just anything that's gotten an archetype since then. Those sorts of cards could be in here. You could have, Blue Eyes White Dragon support be in here, so it's got your bingo machines and, your Eyes of Blue cards and all that stuff. That could all actually be in this set. And it could still kind of look like LOB, but actually be a modernized version of it. So now you get to pull in that old school, casual, kind of Yugi Boomer, we'll say, player, and they can open this and still feel like they're having a good time. They can still open, Blue Eyes White Dragon and stuff and pull that, but then like also the cards that they pull are still modern and still playable, and like you can put them in a deck and get some results with them. In particular, I'm sort of disappointed with this product because I mean I feel like Red Eyes has actually gotten support since the time this product was released. There's like Red Eyes Insight, there's like the Meteor Dragon, Red Eyes Soul, cards like that. Obviously, Blue Eyes has gotten a lot of things, and Dark Magician have gotten a lot of things. And they could have updated these decks to have that stuff in it. Instead, this is like literally something from the warehouse of 2016, effectively. And it's just the cards are unchanged. Some of them, I don't think they've gotten like updated PSCT or whatever. Like cards still stay graveyard and stuff like that in these. So I really think that I'm not gonna call it like lazy because these are technically new printings of the cards, but like they could have gone in and maybe changed something. It wouldn't have been a one-to-one product, but that's okay because I mean like it's 2024. These decks aren't gonna hold up. So, I wanted to ask you guys too, what do people think about this idea? Like, would you be okay with the idea of Konami kind of maybe tarnishing the name of Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon, but instead it's like, the new Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon or something like that that's kind of got new stuff and it can appeal more to the modern player and the old school player, and that could like be a serviceable thing. I don't know. Also, this is sort of unrelated, but since they released this legendary collection, I think they should also do the legendary collection 5Ds. That should be released. Or there's like also a GX one, but the legendary collection 5Ds one would be really good because since a lot of people like Edison format right now anyway, it would reprint cards like I think Magical Androids in there, Trident Dragons in there. That's one that really needs to be like re-released. And they might just be putting that in like OTS packs or Rarity Collection too, and I'm just making a big deal out of nothing. But either way, that's kind of a neat thing that I think would be fun. All right, that's my video for today. I think that these products are fine. I'm not saying that they're the end of the world. I just think that they sort of misrepresent Yu-Gi-Oh! And they could be modernized in a way that makes them still cool and easy to sell on the shelf, but also like worth something to a new player getting into the game and wanting to like have something playable and competent. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Pass turn.